Join us. Circle the globe. The planet is your hunting paradise. And one man will show you the world as you've never seen it before. Danger won't stop him. Nature won't break him or prevent him from doing the impossible. Hunting the earth with bow and arrow. Be there to share this adventure. The ultimate journey for the ultimate shot.
In this episode, we will embark on a journey to the virgin rainforests of Vancouver Island, British Columbia, and a black bear's paradise. Travel with us as we follow nature's food chain, in which river-run salmon are the main course for the fishing. Black bear.
We're just about to go and check for salmon. And the salmon are our bait, and the bears are here. The guys came down earlier and checked, and they saw 4 bears crossing the road and already on the streams. There's live salmon, there's dead salmon, there's bald eagles, there's ravens feeding on the dead salmon. And the river's down, there's lots of bear tracks. It's a beautiful day, it's going to be a beautiful night. We're going to see bears, and maybe we're going to get a shot. So stay tuned with us. Maybe we'll be there for the ultimate shot.
For thousands of years, many generations of salmon species end their journey of life in this island's rivers. Owing to the salmon, there is a very healthy population of black bears, and the females have cubs every year. Our first task is to find the places where salmon gather, and this is generally quiet water or pools in the rivers. According to the specific meteorological conditions, fish change the places they prefer to spawn, and even the local hunting guides are not sure where the big schools of fish are located. These are the point of attraction for the bears. Wading in the shallows, step by step, we checked the pools which were best for large numbers of big fish. Soon we saw a half-dead salmon, and we were not surprised when around the river's bend and making slow, cautious steps, a bear appeared on the opposite bank. It was definitely intrigued by the giant dorsal fins plowing the water surface. The big bear sprang into the river. Obviously its eyes had locked onto the movement or silhouette of some giant salmon. After some hesitation, it left the deep, swift, and swirling currents that made catching the desired prey quite difficult. It had missed.
Wow, we're sitting on stand. We're at the best salmon hole in the entire river. We spent all day looking for it. We found it. The river's perfect. The salmon are everywhere. A lot of them are just about ready to die. A few are dead. There's some on the banks. The birds and the bears have been eating them. We just parked on the bridge down there, and a big bear came out. So we circled downwind, worked our way through all this devil's club and all this brush, and now we're set up downwind to where they're going to come out, we think. So we'll see what happens here. It's getting close to prime time. We got about 2.5 hours to sit and wait. So let's see if we get some action.
A little later, a medium-sized black bear slowly but confidently came up on our bank of the river. The distance between us and this wild animal rapidly shortened, and I expected the fearless opponent to mock charge at any minute. But obviously it had not noticed us yet, and the moment our group attracted its attention, it slowed its step. Its hesitation did not last long, and driven by curiosity and hunger, it started walking straight at us. The bear was approaching us, and the distance was shortening. The drawn string of the bow in my hands inspired the cameraman and our guide with confidence. But I knew for sure that even a direct hit in the heart would not stop this bear's attack from a mere 30 meters. Only the calm attitude towards the animal saved us from an attack. The strange devices we held in our hands, I with the bow and Tony with the camera, perhaps shook the bear's intention to come closer to us, so it turned back and ran away with a pungent roar. But after 5 or 10 meters, the bear felt the lack of aggressive reaction from us. Suddenly it turned back and started approaching us again with renewed and serious interest. I'm sure everyone had started examining the surrounding terrain in case I missed and we were forced to run for our lives. Our chances did not seem good at all. The black bear is a very good climber, and the surrounding trees would not be a help at all. We had no chance but to wait and hold our ground. Finally, the bear's instincts of self-preservation overcame the hunger, and it withdrew with a dissatisfied growl. Relieved, we watched the huge animal walking away. Today, both us and the bear were incredibly lucky. If it had attacked us, someone would have been injured for sure. This 150-kilogram specimen would reach us in less than 10 seconds, even fatally wounded by a well-placed arrow. This bear was 3 to 4 years old and at the beginning of its prime. I had no intention at all of shooting such a promising and beautiful specimen.
Had a close encounter of the black bear kind.
Was that close enough for you?
That was close enough. I had a draw on him. I mean, he was 10, 15 yards and kept coming twice.
He was aggressive. Yeah. No, he just didn't want to.
No, he didn't want to get off the river, did he? No.
He owns this hole, and we showed him.
Yeah.
We showed him who owns this hole.
Yeah. You never know with him. He's gone, and we're happy. He was just too small for what we wanted, but the bears are here, the salmon are here, and we'll be back tomorrow morning.
Oh, yeah. It was a nice adult male, but not big enough for us.
Yeah.
He'll grow it.
Yeah. Well, we'll just keep looking.
My aim was an old trophy animal beyond its active reproductive age.
Last night we were on the river. There were bears on both sides of us. One big boar came towards us. Another 3 steps and he would have been in Tony's lap. I was at full draw just in case he was coming. He didn't. He backed off and he went away. Today we're sitting on a salmon hole. There's salmon here everywhere, spawning, dying, drifting downstream. We saw bears fishing here yesterday. There's bears fishing above us. So we're set up here just beside the park. We're hoping that Yogi and Boop will come out so we get a whack at them. On the other side of the river, we've got 4 salmon that have died in the last hour. They just seem to move in against the shore, wiggle a little, try and stay upright, but eventually they teeter over on their side. So boy, have we got some spectacular bait here, natural bait for these bears, and that side of the bank is littered with bear tracks. Yesterday, we had a big boar right there where these salmon are. He tried to come in around and get into range, but he grabbed a salmon, took off into the timber, and he never came back. He might have hurt us, might have winded us. But we're all set up here today. The wind is right. The bait's there, the salmon are there, the weather's good. And let's hope we get a couple of bears coming by here in the next hour. And of course she's looking for her salmon. And hopefully the wind holds and they come down and we get some great footage of these. Right. And then get kicked out. And she'll be bred next year. Yeah. Well, here goes our salmon. She's 32 yards now. Right. Boy, that's a big salmon. That's a monster salmon. She's letting the kids get out of it. She's just keeping going. deteriorated and disintegrated. Its tail is basically half gone. It's changed color. It looks like it's moldy and rotted. It's still breathing. Still got some life into it, but it's spawned out and it's finished. It's run its cycle. And now it's ready for the bears and the eagles. Right. Whatever's left of her cancers will dig it. Well, it'll be interesting to see if she comes out and finishes eating the fish, or whether she just lets them eat and then walks off. So it looks like we're in the right spot at the right time. You know what that really told me? I was worried about the wind, because it was kind of swirling. Yeah. We're fine. Yeah. Here she comes. She's going back out. Period of time. Till the cubs got clear, and then she would take off. Right. You get between her and her cubs. Between them. And you got a problem. You're in some trouble. Yeah. She's coming. Yeah. She might even grab it, take it into the bush, feel a bit more comfortable. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. So what would you estimate her weight at? She's probably 150 pounds. She's a small sow. Yeah, there she goes. Yeah, well, sanctuary of the cover. Can't blame her. The wind's probably swirling. Fine. Yeah. I mean, if she smelled us, she would have got the heck out of here. Yeah, she would. And she'd be the most cautious of any bear. That up there, yeah. You know what's cool about that is how she struck that fish. Yeah. As soon as she knew that they had it, yeah, she dropped it. She let her cubs wrestle with it. Yeah, and it was still flipping and flopping when the cubs got a hold of it. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. But you can see how she took it off into the cover, whereas in sanctuary, that thicket, and for sure, you can't blame her. Or, like I said, her biggest fear right now is those big boars. Yeah. Well, we got some action. Not the right ones, but it was neat. Yeah. It's always wonderful to see nature. And it's all kinds of nature here with the salmon, the spawning, the dying salmon, the eagles, the mergansers eating the eggs from the salmon, the other salmon, the trout in here, and then the bears. So we'll see what happens here in the next couple hours. Hopefully that big boar will come by, pick up the rest of these dead salmon that are lying against the opposite bank here on the nice beach. So we'll see what kind of beach bums come strolling down here before dark. Look at the fins. The tearing is rotted right off. And that's just what it's all about. So, this is the spot. We'll see. The weather's holding. It's supposed to rain in 2 days. So, we're gonna hang tough. See if that big boar comes by, because we want to still try and get the ultimate shot. It's day 3 of our hunt here on Vancouver Island for island black bear. We've seen lots of bears. We just haven't seen the right one. We're in a new spot this morning. We can hear the eagles. We know there's salmon here. Salmon are starting to die, float downstream. There's lots of bears. Stay tuned. We're about to make a new adventure, and maybe we'll get that ultimate shot. So I hear the eagles way off. Yeah, you can hear that. Well, there's dead salmon here. Yeah. I think we're gonna see some bears. I hope so. It's always wonderful to see the black bears. Fresh bear manure here. Salmon in the streams. Eagles calling. Seagulls calling. Look at that. Oh yeah. Great looking spot. Looking at these salmon. There's my dinner. It's a nice bar. Great deal of them. Oh, here it comes. Licking his chops. Oh, what's for lunch? There's the old tongue. Smell. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like it. But it would have been a great bow shot there. 27 yards, pond sign. And now he's just heading off because there's so many salmon in this river. He doesn't have to. And he knows it. He knows up ahead there's lots of great pools. Lots of great salmon. And he can get these ones there. Still knows it's going to come by. It's about 1:45, so we got about 5 hours in prime time. So we're around 5 o'clock. When the seagulls started to peck on it, it wiggled out. But the seagull's now trying to drag in salmon, and the fish is still wiggling away. No. Yeah, we're okay. There's our bait. Oh, natural. Seagull's looking out for us. Oh, natural. I will not seagull. Seagull, I promise. But I won't hurt seagulls. Well, here we are, 4th day here, and obviously things have changed. It's raining, and it rained all night. And the river's come up a couple of feet. We had to bust our way in here today, cutting and busting. And this little island's disappeared. The channels are higher. There's still salmon everywhere, but everything's changed, and including the weather. So we'll see what happens. We just saw a small bear come down, cross the log there, about 70 yards away. Sean, that's a great shot, though. There's blood everywhere on the arrow. Yeah. We got lucky and found this big bear on the road, and we knew he'd come back. We set up. The wind was just wrong. He came up the trail, got a whiff of us, took off. We set up again, and he came in right behind us, and he really gave a hell of a grunt. And Sean quickly moved, spotted him, called us over, and he was point blank through this stuff, and it's really hard to see, but looked like his head and his shoulders. He's here. He didn't move. He's right here somewhere. He went down here. I thought he's right here somewhere. Is that? Pretty sure he went down right here. You see his trail? Yeah. Real careful there.
You don't have a gun yet, right?
Holy crow. You whack him.
This was the end of my amazing adventure in the heart of this natural phenomenon, Vancouver Island. This charming, isolated piece of our planet where you can still enjoy unspoiled nature and its wild inhabitants will always have its special place in my hunting memories. In the next episode of The Ultimate Shot, we shall hunt again in the Archer's Paradise, Mozambique. You will enjoy the advantage of being among the first hunters in an area that for decades was unavailable to the hunting community. You will find out how economic sanctions and the imposition of hunting bans have led to the disappearance of entire species of wildlife. Stay with us as we get our first and best in the world unique trophies, never before taken with today's bow and arrow. Be there for the next Ultimate Shot.